Battlefield 1942 is a first-person shooter video game developed in 2002 by Digital Illusions Creative Entertainment, by a team that consisted of 14 people. It was published by Electronic Arts for Microsoft Windows and Mac OS X. The game can be played in single-player mode against the video game AI or in multiplayer mode against players on the internet or in a local area network. In-game, players assume the role of one of 5 classes of infantry: Scout, Assault, Anti-Tank, Medic, and Engineer. Players also have the ability to fly various World War II fighter aircraft and bombers, navigate capital ships, submarines and aircraft carriers, man aircraft guns, and mounted machine guns. Each battle takes place on one of several maps located in a variety of places and famous battlefields in all of the major theaters of World War II: the Pacific, European, North African, Eastern, and Italian fronts. Combat is between the Axis powers and the Allies. The location determines which nation-specific armies are used. The maps in Battlefield 1942 are based on real battles and are somewhat realistically portrayed. The gameplay of Battlefield 1942 generally has a more cooperative focus than previous games of this nature, as it is not only important to kill the opposition, but to also hold certain control points around the map. Capturing control points allows the team to reinforce itself by enabling players and vehicles to spawn in a given area. Additionally, capturing and controlling control points also reduces enemy reinforcements. Battlefield 1942 was one of the first mainstream games to represent a dramatic shift in first-person shooter gameplay mentality, not only favoring individualism, but simultaneously encouraging teamwork and coordination. The default gameplay mode, Conquest, centers on the capture and control of control points. Once a team captures a control point, its members can respawn from it. When a team loses control of all of their control points, they cannot respawn. And if no one is alive, the team with no spawn points, or the popular term tickets, loses. Games are composed of rounds. A team wins the round when the other team runs out of tickets. A team loses tickets when its members are killed, but also when the other team holds a majority of the capture points on the map, typically when one team holds more capture points than the other. Therefore, sometimes the winning team must hunt down straggling or hiding enemy forces at the end of the round. Spawn tickets also play a vital role in the success of both teams. Every time a player on a team dies and respawns, his team loses 1 ticket. Every team starts each round with between 150 and 300 tickets, depending on the team's role. Teams also gradually lose tickets depending on how many spawn points they control. As a general rule, the fewer the spawn points controlled by a team, the more tickets they lose. The player can choose to play as either the Allied team or the Axis team. The Allies consist of the United States, the United Kingdom, and the Soviet Union, while the Axis consists of Germany and Japan. Each role has its own strength and weakness. For example, the Scout role has long-range surveillance, high stopping power, and the ability to provide spotting for artillery shelling against an enemy position. Unlike other games with a similar feature, other player characters must also supply the artillery fire. However, the sniper rifle is not designed to be used in close-quarter combat, and players frequently treat this role as just a plain sniper role by not providing spotting for artillery. Assault is the standard role and provides very aggressive firepower. The anti-tank role specializes against vehicles and tanks, but their main weapon is inaccurate against enemy infantry. The medic role has the ability to heal himself and other players, but his submachine gun has less stopping power than the assault's weapons. The engineer has the ability to repair damaged vehicles and stationary weapons, and they also have the ability to deploy explosives, which are highly effective against both enemy infantry and vehicles, and landmines, which destroy enemy vehicles on contact. In the United States, Battlefield 1942 sold 680,000 copies and earned $27.1 million by August 2006 after its release in September 2002. It was the country's 18th best-selling computer game between January 2002 and August 2006. Combined sales of all Battlefield games released between January 2000 and August 2006, including Battlefield 1942, had reached 2.7 million units in the United States by the latter date.